Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. You just got a little extra of Nicolette with A Lot of Love. It went a little bit longer, but it's so good to be here, and I want to say good afternoon to everybody. I am here in the studio with a young, handsome gentleman named Coach Elix.
That's right.
How are you?
Coach here. Coach Elix is here reporting live.
This is how the show's
God.
starting off. Coach is here, and of course, Mark is here producing. So, hi, Mark.
He's very happy today because apparently
we're here.
And he's been playing Christmas music, which
right.
is raising his spirits.
Right. If you listen to his show, he talked about he was going to do requests this week and said, two things. I think no songs over a certain year and absolutely no Christmas songs. And then Elix and I separately, as well as other people, just jumped on him like Scrooge, especially the two of us because we love Christmas, right?
Yeah, but not just the two of us. He clearly
there were other people.
Had
Scrooge,
a handful
of
Grinch.
People. Yeah, exactly.
Scrooge.
Exactly. So, but he did play Feliz Navidad, so it was great. It was a great thing. So
that's right.
But I can't tell you last week how many messages I received via email, via text, via Facebook. Was your show not live this past Wednesday? So there was some issue, not with the station, but just with streaming. So we were here, and the people did call, but I guess maybe people that just automatically know it's at 5 to 6, and they call, and which was wonderful because we had calls galore. So, but we're here, and we couldn't do Facebook Live as we always do before the show because Facebook's down or something's going on.
Facebook and Instagram, they've been down for the large part of the day.
Yeah, you can post.
No, you can.
No. I posted on my mediumship page telling people that I couldn't get on live.
But I think it's on and off because I couldn't post just now. I couldn't post anything.
Well, it's because it's my special fingers.
Spirit.
Yeah,
yes,
my special fingers. So
that's kind of unfair.
Why?
Because you're getting special help.
No, I think it's very fair, and it's definitely it's deserved.
But somehow, the lines are open, so if anyone this is the first
time. Yeah. This is one of the first times that there are lines open. Last night I did a Facebook Live for the first time. I think I was on for an hour and a half of solely just doing readings, which was amazing. The readings that I did for people that were on Facebook the validations were amazing. It was terrific. So it was a great time in being the first time, even though I couldn't get the comments to scroll, and I don't understand why. Do you?
Because you're you.
Okay.
You're technically
first
challenged.
of all, you just said that
You are technically challenged.
Well, that's...
Stephen, you're one of the smartest people I know, book smart, but when it comes to common sense, dear God, help us all.
That's not true.
It goes right over your head. So I wasn't there, so...
Don't listen.
I have no idea know what happened, but...
This man that just walked into the studio.
This man is somebody that actually knows you quite well, so...
Well, listen... Facebook Live, regardless, even though I couldn't get the comments
but you did it.
I did.
And you got a lot of people attending.
Yes, and I actually even had Heidi, who follows us on Facebook Live, say, I hope Elix is helping. And Heidi, if you're listening, I responded with, he's upstairs sleeping. And then after Facebook Live ended, I told Elix, and Elix says, you actually told people I was sleeping? I'm like, yeah, we're all family here, right? That's what this is all about.
What you didn't tell them was that I had an extremely long day. I was up in the wee hours in the morning, and I had clients back to back.
But you don't need to justify why you want to take a little nap. Naps are good.
I know, but the way you said it, it's like he's sleeping like...
Well, well, I didn't mean sleeping the entire night that you weren't going to get up, but I just mean, you were sleeping. So on a scheduling note, there are still some tickets left and open for next week, next Thursday, May 21st at the Crown Plaza. It is going to be a great event. I'm very excited about doing it, and you can get tickets. Just go to StephenTheMedium.com, and you can purchase tickets, which are $40. And again,
How cheap is that? That's pretty cheap.
It's very cheap. It's very cheap.
And it's a low. It's a small venue, so this is a great opportunity.
Exactly, it's a great opportunity for people to
be read.
Exactly, and for me to get through a lot of people. I never know what Spirit holds. It's sort of like what Mark says on his show when he gives just a promo for this show and says, tune in because you never know what Spirit's going to bring, right? That's what happens all the time. And last night when I was doing Facebook Live, there were several times that my mouth was open when I would say something and then someone would validate it. And I said to Facebook Live, people that were listening, if someone ever tuned in right when my mouth was open, they would look like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like with this expression. But Spirit is what I've been doing this since 2014, formal readings. So it's been less than 5 years. And even when I started in 2014, it wasn't like I was doing readings weekly. I was doing readings like monthly, and it was kind of spaced out. But right up until right now, Spirit blows me away. Every single time I do a reading, Spirit blows me away with some of the stuff they do. So I think we're going to take a break. When I come back,
we got some calls.
We do. I'm not like a little young kid that has a birthday party and no one shows up. I thought no one was calling.
No,
today.
you got people showing
I'm
up.
loved. All right, so 508.
And thank God for that, because I do not want to come home with Stephen upset because people didn't show up for his party.
508-222-1320, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. It's just amazing how quickly the first 15 minutes go by. But let's just get to the calls, and let me start my first one. Hello, this is Stephen.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Lisa.
Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you for calling, Lisa.
Thank you.
So let me just tune in to you, Lisa. Wow, Lisa, there's a lot of spirit around you. Lisa, who's Ann? Who's the A name connected to you? Anthony, Anna, Alice, Agnes? Who's the A connected to you?
There's no way.
What was that?
There's no way.
There's no way? Or there's no A? Lisa, I beg to differ. That's what Spirit's telling me. It could be a middle name like Lisa Ann, or but there's an A, either someone living connected to you or somebody crossed. But
I have a sister that has a middle name, and she's passed. Her middle name is Ann.
Oh, well, there you go, Lisa. So, not surprised that I go to the middle name, because it's your sister stepping forward to let you know that she's here. So,
that's funny though. There's no way, and it's her sister.
Lisa's like, there's
Lisa,
no way.
Are you
no
drinking
way.
already? Are you sober, Lisa?
Yes, I am.
Lisa, so it's a way, and that's how this works, is that your sister gives me something that is a characteristic of her, and she just wants you to let you know that she's here. Your sister just said, don't be down. Don't be down. I don't know. Did you understand that?
A little bit.
Well, she's just saying. It's just making me feel like your sister's just talking about just being down, of just missing people in spirit, because she points to your mother and father, who I'm assuming are also crossed. There's a mother and father. What was that?
Yes, they are.
There's a mom and dad figure that stepped forward that's with your sister, but there's also a brother here.
No, I only have one brother, and he's still living.
Oh, no, that's what I mean, here.
Oh, yes.
So just know that it's just your mom and your dad and your sister just giving a validation to you and to your brother, and just making sure you know that they're here. And there's also cats there and here. I don't know, is it you or your brother that's connected to cats?
Me.
So just know. So there's got to be cats that you've had over the years that are crossed, because I have to tell you, Lisa, there's not just one. There's several cats. And
Yes, I've lost many.
yeah, I mean, I just keep getting the they keep like you know what cats do, just purring and pushing on me and on my legs. I can feel them in spirit. So just letting you know. And who's Mary?
My grandmother's name is Mary.
So know that Grandma Mary is also letting you know. This is like a reunion for you of spirit, Lisa.
Oh, that's good.
Which is very nice, Lisa. Who taught something? Where's the? I just got the alphabet, and that's my symbol for somebody, a teacher or teaches something, either here or even crossed.
Well, my mother taught me how to like knit and crochet and all that kind of stuff. Would that be the same?
It absolutely could be. That's not my normal symbol, but it could be if she's just giving that as a validation. Lisa, your mother, when you just talked about the crochet and stuff, your mother just showed me what looks like a box, a box of. Do you keep like needles and something she used to have, or why does she keep showing me this box?
I do.
Was it hers?
Yes.
Oh, so she just wants to give that as a validation. She just made sure I tell you that anytime you go into that box, whether you have recently or you haven't, it doesn't matter. I love your mom because she just showed me when you were lifting up the box, she puts her hands on your hand, and it's just a way to let you know that she's with you.
Oh, that's great.
It is. It's wonderful. And is there a connection with birds? Why does your mother keep showing me feathers?
Me and my husband have had many birds.
Oh, you mean as pets?
Yes.
Wow. So know that the birds are also in spirit coming forward. I just told your mother, just keep the cats and the birds separate, please. I don't want any bloodshed here. This is a good show. And your mother started laughing. So your dad's laughing also. Do you hear noises? Why does your mother brings me to your apartment? And is there somebody like? Are you in an apartment complex where there's other people?
Yes.
Is there someone loud?
Yes, the people next door are very loud.
It's so weird, Lisa, that your mother just brought me in, and she's showing me like you sitting or sleeping and hearing loud. I can hear loud voices on the other side of the wall, and it's not about the neighbors. It's more about your mom and your dad just saying, Lisa, we're here with you. We're sitting with you, and we're always with you. So I hope you just get a lot of comfort in that because they're just they're loving you, Lisa.
I absolutely do.
Oh, great. Listen, so thank you for calling, Lisa, and I'm going to leave you with lots of love, okay?
Okay, same to you.
All righty, bye-bye. Hello, this is Steven. Who's this?
Sylvia.
Sylvia?
Yes.
Hello, Sylvia. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm doing well, too, and thank you for calling. Sylvia, let's start with the M name. I can't get it. Mike, Mary, where's the M name come in for you?
Well, I was married before, and his name was Michael. I'm not for sure.
Oh, that's definitely it, Sylvia. So, it's really wild when I do readings, whether it's here on the station or wherever I'm doing readings, and I bring up the first name of exes. Because people always look at me like, why are we going there? So
okay.
it's I always tell people it's not about what the relationship was like, whether it was good or bad. It really is just to say we want to make sure that Sylvia knows it's actually us stepping forward. So there's a dad figure, Sylvia, stepping forward. Is your dad is your dad crossed or still here?
He's still here.
So, is your ex's dad crossed? Do you know?
I'm not for sure. I don't know.
Okay. I ask that because usually if it's a dad figure and the person's dad's still here, it's a grandfather. But in this particular case, he's stopping me and he won't let me go up the generation. He's stopping me at dad level. So maybe, and I'm certainly not saying that your ex's dad is cross, but whoever this is a dad figure. Maybe it was like an uncle or so.
Well, it could. My dad's middle name was McKinley, so maybe it could be him.
And who was this?
My dad, his middle name, my dad.
Oh, your dad.
McKinley.
Okay. But your dad is still here.
Right, he's still here.
Yeah, there's someone in spirit that's stepping forward that's saying that he's a dad figure for you, but he's making me feel like it's that generation, like dad, father-in-law. Does dad have any brothers that crossed?
No, not that I know of, no.
Okay. I was just curious to see maybe because it feels like it's that generation. And this Jim, George, where's the GJ name come in for you? Sylvia, either here or cross, but when you just referenced your dad's, I think you said middle name, it's a different name than a normal Jim or James, or it's I don't know if this is a nickname, Sylvia, but there's a name that I can't get, and it's a G or J sounding name. So if it doesn't come with you, just keep it with you. It's just probably someone that there's a grandmother stepping forward too, to let you know that she's here. And Sylvia, who crossed from cancer?
Cancer. Well, let me see. My granddaddy, but I'm not for sure if he crossed over yet. Oh, my mom's dad, he died of cancer.
Okay, so know that it's just your grandfather. Sometimes I'll always ask their names and how they crossed, and in this particular case, someone just say they died of cancer, and she'll know. So it's just going to be your mom's dad who's stepping forward, and they're laughing. Your grandfather's laughing because he said you absolutely know the GJ name. It's either, let me just say this, Sylvia, it's either it could be a last name, and that's why I'm not getting it, and a name that I wouldn't know, or it's a middle name or a nickname, but just keep it with you because it's not usually if it's an easy name, I can pick it up. Like I can get James, George, Jim, but this is like a Jaji name. Like it's a name that I can't understand.
Right.
So just keep it with you because they're giving it to me for a reason for a validation. But is it two grandmothers that are crossed?
Yes.
Okay. It's just I have two grandmothers that are on each side of me. Sylvia, how do you connect with far away, though?
Say it again.
How do you connect with like a place that's far away? Like, do you have family that lives somewhere?
I have a family in North Carolina. I live in Florida, so I have family in North Carolina.
Okay, perfect. So it's just a way that they're giving just a validation for you. And also, make sure you keep the Lee or Lori or Larry name, the L name. Ellen, Lori. I mean, I know Ellen starts with an E, but it sounds like an L because you just said that this family in North Carolina, I just heard Lynn, Lori, something like that with an L.
Okay.
Connected. So just make sure you keep that with you. Were you just looking at pictures?
Yes, I was.
So, Sylvia, just know that they just told me to tell you that. It's just a way to let you know that your family is watching you and they're with you and making sure that you know that they're loving you and just keep saying, just stay positive, Sylvia.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm up on a break, so I've got to go, but I'm going to leave you with that, Sylvia.
Okay, thank you.
All right, lots of love, Sylvia. Bye-bye, and we'll be back. Bye. And welcome back to Through the Static. I think it's just something I need to share with everybody what goes on at the studio. The Puerto Rican is missing. He just got up, and he just walked out, and I have no idea where Coach Elix went. So maybe he's running out and buying me a present. That could be it. I don't know. But we move on with readings and spirit. So let me get to the next call. Hello, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Wow, you're so polite, Melissa. I love it. So Melissa, let me ask you something. And I'm just throwing this out because on break, a lot of times what Spirit does is that they already know who's going to be the next caller, so they already start coming to me. And do you connect with somebody that, and I'm not really sure if it's somebody who's crossed or somebody here that's still living. Did somebody have issues in their stomach?
Mhm.
Do you understand?
Yeah. Mhm.
Is that connected to you? No, I don't mean personally to you. I just mean, do you understand somebody who's connected to you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, but is the person still here?
My mom, she has a very bad stomach issue going on.
Wow. So Melissa, this is so wild. Just know that even on break, they just show me a woman just sort of crouched over, almost like their appendix was just about to burst in the pain, and just and it was just a way to let you know that they're watching. There's a dad figure, but I think it's her. Is your grandfather her dad crossed?
Yes.
Okay. Just know that there's a grandfather that's coming on the maternal side, which is it's on the left side. So just know that it's your mom's dad stepping forward. He's the one that gave me the information about your mom, but there's also a grandmother here stepping forward.
Right.
Is her mom crossed also?
Yes.
So just know that both of them are stepping forward. You know, both of them just keep putting their hands on your shoulder. And I just keep hearing it's okay. It's okay. So however you want to take that, it's just a way that, whatever's going on, whether you're concerned about your mom or whether you're concerned about work, whatever it is, it's just a wonderful way that Spirit's just giving you a way to let you know that it's going to be okay, and your grandmother just said, I'm trying to take away the stress from my granddaughter.
Oh, thank you.
So, we all have stress, but, the cool thing, Melissa, is that Spirit will always, a lot of times, will talk about what's going on now because they're with you and they know what's going on, and what they want to do is just, before we finish this call, they want you to be in a better place. So, where is David or Donna? Where's the D come in?
Dad.
No. I love you, Melissa. You make my job so easy. Yes, Dad. No.
No.
Not Dad. That would be so easy, Melissa.
I know.
There's
That's the big Freddy. Oh gosh.
Living here or cross, but there's it almost feels like Dustin or Drew. It seems like it's a different D name, and like I say many times, it could be someone's last name. It could be a last name that I'm getting, like Dunstan or. But there's a huge and
D.
Yeah, is Dad here or crossed?
My dad passed.
Okay. It's got to be him giving it to me. You're not connected to like boyfriend, husband, D? Why does your husband? Your father keep giving it to me.
No, not that I.
Just keep it with you, Melissa. There's a reason why your dad.
I'm racking my brain as fast as I can.
It happens all the time that when people are live, it's just your mind closes and shuts down. So it's just a way. Oh, I got it. It's not a name. That's why I couldn't get it. It's your dad's talking about just depression. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if he's referencing him or he's referencing somebody connected to you, but he's just talking about, that doesn't necessarily mean, Melissa, that someone right now is depressed. It just could mean that someone's gone through bouts of depression or just, in the past. It's a way that your dad's bringing up a validation to let you know it's actually him. But he just yelled out that the D is not a name. It's actually the word depressed or depression. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
It does.
Okay, if it does, then it's just a way that Dad is just letting you know that he's watching. Your father also gives me 5, so
Okay.
do you understand that? 5. When I get a number, unless you automatically know, but when I get a number, it's 5 is either the month of May, that's something birthday, anniversary, or the 5th of the month.
My birthday is the 5th of the month.
Oh, come on, Melissa. Seriously?
September 5th.
I love it. So it's Dad just giving that as a wonderful validation and a wonderful way to let you know that he's with you. Your father just hugged you and just said to me that she needs this more than anybody could know. And I don't know what that means.
He just passed on February 2nd.
Oh, my God, Melissa. I'm so sorry. This was so recent.
Thank you. Right.
So no wonder why he's saying that. And
he struggled himself with depression a lot.
Wow. So that's why he's bringing it up. Well, let me just tell you something, that if there's anything in this reading to remember is that he just said he's not depressed anymore. He's very, very happy. And why him being at peace and being happy makes him so happy is that he gets to 24/7 watch over you and make sure you're okay. And that's what he loves doing. Does someone have like something on their toe?
No.
Oh, he says yes. Like
a toe?
Like a toe ring or a tattoo on the foot? There's something on the...
I just got a tattoo on my wrist.
No, unless you got the ugliest wrist I've ever seen and it looks like a toe. Melissa, it's not that.
No.
No, it's your or did someone have like really ugly toes? Your father is laughing and pointing at feet and toes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I'll
but
talk about that one too.
but you know what? Usually, if it's like an ugly toe, usually it's something that will come very quickly because you'll be like, oh, the whole family made fun of my father's toes.
Right.
Your father is making me look at toes, and I don't know why, and all I can do is give it to you. I don't know if someone broke a toe or connected, like living.
Oh, my brother.
What was that?
My brother and I were just joking the other day because somebody steps on his toe every time at basketball, and my dad gets so mad.
Oh my God, Melissa, are you serious?
Because every time my brother would go to basketball, someone would break his toe.
That's so wild.
And someone would, and I literally said to my brother, Dad used to get so mad, like, why does that keep happening to him?
And you both just recently said or talked about that?
On Sunday, I saw my brother because we were laughing about it. My brother's like, I always get injured at basketball. And I was like, Dad used to get so mad because the guy kept stepping on your toe.
Oh, Melissa, this is so...
laughing about this on Sunday.
It's not only so amazing, but your father is laughing hysterically, but it really is, and you got to tell your brother, Melissa, it really is, it's really to let you know that Sunday he was standing right next to you both and just, and loving you and hugging you and just with you. And that's what this is all about. Many, many times when Spirit will bring up a conversation that someone just had, and its sole purpose is to say, I'm standing right next to you.
Right.
Not my, you may hear, and maybe in the past I've said it, not just his energy, not just his soul, him. He's standing right next to with the two of you guys, and just letting you know. And there's also Bob, Bill, but where's B?
That's my dad, is Bob.
Yeah, Bob. So no, it's just a way to let you know it's actually him, Melissa, and how much he loves you, and how much he loves your brother, and how much he loves the family. And I'll tell you, you could not be in better hands with your dad, and how much the only regret is that he sees the sadness, but on the other side, he doesn't want you to be sad. He wants you to know that now you have a guardian angel, and make sure you talk to him because he loves that. And I'm going to leave you with that because I have a break. But Melissa, he loves you, and so much love to you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
That was one help. And welcome back to Through the Static. I just got to tell you, when I finished with Melissa, for anybody who's listening, that the call is waiting, I had just goose pimples through my body. Now, I get that all the time when I do readings because I love Spirit, and I know that everybody that gets messages, they want the messages, and Spirit wants to give the messages. But when I hung up with Melissa, her dad was still with me, and he just gave me his sign of just thanking me. He put his hands in the prayer position and just thanked me and said, she needed that so badly. I wasn't aware that he had passed or crossed so recently. So, Melissa, if you're still listening, wow, your dad did an incredible job and how much he loves you. And I could actually feel the emotions. And I just said to your dad, Melissa, you got to stop the emotions because I'll be a big crybaby on air. So.
But for clarification purposes, I just want to say that every time I walk into the house, you get goose pimples.
See what I have to put up with? I just told people, Coach
even Mark gets goose pimples every time I walk into the studio.
I'm sure the manager, Jim does, Jim Jones does. I'm sure everybody
does.
does.
You and Mark. There's no need to bring anyone else into the conversation.
I just told people you walked away. You just left the studio, and you come back even bigger than, Oh, Lord. All right. Listen, next. Let me get to my next call. Hello, this is Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, who's this?
This is Stacy.
Stacy, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, too, so I'm glad that you called. And maybe you can help me out with this Coach Elix.
Stacy's all business.
No, I'm glad that you called. Stacy, who's Robert? Richard, where's the R for you?
Well, that could past or here?
Either. When they give me names, and unfortunately they don't at the beginning tell me whether they're crossed or whether they're here. Sometimes they're validating someone here.
Yep.
There's
R for my husband Robert, or
oh,
my what?
So is Robert still here or crossed?
He's here.
Okay. But is someone crossed with the R?
Yes.
And who's that?
My grandmother.
And what's her name?
Roseanne.
Oh, Roseanne. I love that name. That's my grandmother's Rose. So just know it's a way that Grandma Roseanne was just giving a double validation for her, as well as just giving a shout out to your husband Robert, who she loves. They love Robert. So Robert's going to be a good guy. You're still married, right?
Oh yes, I am.
I was going to say I would be like, I don't know what I would say if you say, no, Stephen, I'm divorced and my husband was horrible. As Spirit's saying, no, they love him. So they keep telling. Okay, so let me see where I'm going with this. Your grandmother keeps bringing me to a man's wallet, and so is your dad crossed?
My father's not crossed.
Is Robert's?
Yes.
Oh, so it's him. So I'm getting. I knew there was a father figure, and not a grandfather. This is so. Just know that it's your husband, it's your father-in-law stepping forward. He keeps showing me a wallet, and I don't know if it's somebody has his wallet or your husband carries something in his wallet like that he wants to give as a validation. Do you know if your husband has his father's wallet?
No, he doesn't.
But does somebody?
not that I'm aware of.
All right. Let me just tell you, what your father-in-law is showing me is a wallet, and he's showing me a license. So there's got to be a reason why maybe it's your husband. Maybe I don't know. Is your husband's license? Does it need to be renewed now? Like, did he just do it, or there's a reason?
Nope.
What was that?
No, he doesn't need to redo it. Nope.
Well, Stacey is all business. She knows everything about Robert.
Oh, I'm sorry because I don't mean to be that way.
No, I'm kidding. There's a reason why, Stacey, that your father-in-law is showing me a wallet and a license. Unless I'm mistaken and it's your father-in-law stepping forward, but it's grandma giving me like a wallet, or does somebody have somebody's wallet? Why are they yelling at me in spirit? There's something to do with a wallet, a purse, a wallet that somebody. It makes me, because they're opening it up, and it makes me look like, well, it is. You're looking at old stuff. You're looking like at an old license of somebody's, or an old credit card, or there's someone's wallet or purse has been passed down. So if you don't get it, just ask Robert. Ask him. Maybe is Robert's mom still here?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe ask that. There were some butting heads, though. Is this on Robert's side or your side?
I would think my husband's side.
I would think so, because they're all coming through on your husband's side. They're just giving your dad. I mean, your father-in-law is very talkative here, Stacey, and he just wants to. You know, it's not about the message. It's more about just letting you know that it is him. But he just showed me, which I thought was on your husband's side. He just shows me my sign for butting heads, that there were people someone just didn't get along. That doesn't mean the whole time they were living. Maybe it was a portion. All I know is that then it's my way of knowing that the wallet or the purse that's handed down that someone has is on his side. So just keep that with you. And did someone have an issue with a finger? My last call was like 2 calls was toes, now fingers. I don't know what this is today. It's
kind of, yes.
So what do you mean, kind of? Is that like kind of pregnant, Stacey?
My husband's feet.
Your husband's feet. Feet?
Yeah.
I mean, would you care to share? Is something going on with your husband's feet? Like,
well, you said toes, so I just kind of was thinking that might be what they're talking about.
Well, that was, it's interesting because that was the last caller,
right.
But that doesn't mean that it also wasn't like a double validation. But in this particular case, because I'm pretty good with the difference between fingers and toes, and this is fingers. It makes me feel like someone like in wood shop chipped the top of a finger, or a finger broke and it didn't heal correctly, and it could be somebody. I mean, and it really could be on Robert's side, or it could be on your side, but it's in or someone who's crossed. But something happens to someone's finger in Patty. Who's P? Where's the P? Come in.
I don't. Not on my side. I don't have a Pete. My husband does. He has an uncle who's passed named Pete.
Okay, so this is all your husband. You're just the conduit today for your hubby, who just keeps getting a lot of spirit. So just know that his uncle's stepping forward also. I'm going to tell you something, Stacey. Your husband is holding on to something. I don't know if this is like something that he's held on to for a while, of being angry or guilty. Your husband is holding on to something, because your father-in-law is very clear with me that I need to say that. So I don't know if you understand that.
Okay.
But in what your father-in-law is saying is that he does not want your husband to hang on to this. He doesn't, whatever it is, and maybe it's something that's been a long time, Stacy, that your husband doesn't bring up anymore. All I can tell you is that your father-in-law says clearly, he gives me my symbol that your husband's hanging on to something. Whatever, I don't know if it's in reference to him, like in reference to your father-in-law, or somebody else in the family. I can tell you that at first it was anger, and now it could have changed to something else, to anger or guilt. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Nope. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something, like you said. So I'd have to talk to him about it.
There is, and if it's not your husband, it's very close to your husband. It's like a brother, a sibling. There's something very, very close that your father-in-law keeps talking about, that someone is hanging on to something. I just don't know if it's like anger, if it's guilt, if it's just, but there's something going on that they want to give as a validation. And this month too. What's March? What's birthday, anniversary?
March?
Yeah.
Yes, it would be my father-in-law's passing today.
Today?
Yeah, a few years ago. This would be the anniversary date.
There you go.
Today.
Wow. So no wonder why your father-in-law has such a presence here, Stacy.
Yep.
So everything I said, you have to make sure you give to your husband. Your father-in-law is saying your husband will understand, and the great thing about this show is that it goes on the radio station's website, and then I move it over to my YouTube channel, which is Stephen the Medium. So if you at some point want to listen to it, just to because I threw a lot of stuff
or
at
have
you.
him listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Or have your husband listen to it, so that he gets it. I don't know where he falls with spirit. Maybe he believes, maybe he doesn't. But all I know is that I just need to give the messages that your father-in-law is giving, and I cannot believe that today's his anniversary.
And this is a good validation to what you always say, that people get what they need, not what they want.
Absolutely. I always say that when people come to me. So I'm going to leave that with you, Stacy. And but your father-in-law just thanked you very much, because he said, Stacy wanted her side to come through, and he kind of dominated, but he is giving you a big thank you, because he said it was very necessary.
Okay, sounds great.
Listen, Stacy, thank you for calling. And lots of love to you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, it's that time of the show where we have to say goodbye. I almost want to start singing like the
so long,
no, Sound of Music. I was going to do I'm so glad we had this time.
Oh,
Carol Burnett.
God, help us all.
He'll
be grabbing his ear on the way out.
If someone ever told me, like even 2 years ago, I would be singing on the radio, I would say, "Are you crazy? Never mind Carol Burnett's." When she ended the show, right? I love Carol Burnett. So, all right, we will be back next Wednesday with Coach Elix and with Mark producing. So you can find me StephenTheMedium.com. Make sure go to my website if you're interested. Next Thursday at the Crown Plaza in Warwick, Rhode Island, a wonderful event. Just go to my website. You can buy tickets. And Mr. Coach Elix is at
Performance Coaching by Elix.
And we will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.